Kamusta, buddies? Welcome to the 9th video of the Shinobi Showcase series, which is entitled, How You Doing? Number 9, a Kamustahan series. In our Filipino language, kamusta means how are you in English. So like in my last video, I'm going to showcase the past special shinobi for us to see how are they doing today in attack mission after receiving rickets, and when not buff anymore, if we'll deploy them right now. Today, we will be showcasing Kakashi Hatake Boy. Okay, so even though Kakashi Boy's buff in AM has ended 2 weeks ago already, I will still showcase him despite I'm a bit late for us to see how is he doing now in attack mission. So before we go to the battlefield, let me show you first my Kakashi. Okay, so here is my Kakashi Hatake Boy. So as you all know, I failed to make him Pat 3 because I failed to buy keys from the daily shop when his kid appeared, because I lack Shinos after I also allotted some Shinos in Hashirama banner, which I failed to get his full new kit. Anyways, so here are the cards that I have with Kakashi. The tools, he is purely free to play. No monies was used to get his cards or something else. Okay, so as you can see, here is his stats. Currently, he is in my fort as a defender. That is why I made his resistance against Seal 130, because he is good in a fly-in room. Okay, so here is stats and the jutsu. So thanks to the XP collection, recent update, I managed to make his Chidori sprint at level 8 because I got it at level 5, and plus 3 because of the XP that I got before from his other jutsus. So LB there, so and bond is Sakura, because since he decreases paralysis resistance, I use a follow-up jutsu which will immediately give the enemy paralyzed. So sa Sakura Great Ninja War, air punch inflicts paralysis on the enemy. So it's a good combo. By the way, buddies, there are a little changes in this Shinobi Showcase series. First, in the part where we will be deploying the former special shinobi, he will not be the main anymore. We will not test anymore if he's a good main if there are supports, but rather I think of another good thing, which is to test if the former special shinobi is good support. So later, you will not see the usual format of team missions with meta shinobi, but rather you will see team mission with Kakashi as support, and so on and so forth. And this will be the next format for the following How You Doing series. And another thing is, I will not be talking anymore during the battle itself in attack mission anyway, because I'm a person who can't multitask. That is why I can focus in the battle while also talking and explaining things while we are in the battlefield. So we're just gonna explain or break down things after the battle. So we'll watch first the clip using its original audio, and then after that we're going to discuss things rather than discuss things while we're in the battle. Okay, so let's go to the battlefield. So let's see what this Kakashi can do in attack mission. Is he a good in solo or as your main, or is he good as a support?
これより任務を遂行する。もらった。一気に決める。受けてみなさい。もらった。一気に決める。受けてみなさい。もらった。一気に決める。もらった。もらった。一気に決める。もらった。もらった。一気に決める。もらった。もらった。一気に決める。もらった。一気に決める。もらった。一気に決める。もらった。もらった。任務完了。俺の勝ちだ。
全身あるのみ。思いろ。 悪いがここまでだ。この勝利が里の平和につながる。俺はそうし。
Yan. So, let's discuss everything that had happened. Okay, so, what do you think, buddies? For me, well, I think Kakashi Hatake Boy's Rikit was mid. Okay, so mid. When I say mid, it's not a success, meaning he became a meta, or it's not a failure because he did improve in some ways compared to his old kit. Obviously. No. Okay, so positive things. His kit had paralyzed resistance reduction, so it greatly helps in knocking down players because when teamed up with Sakura Great Ninja War follow-up jutsu or any other follow-up jutsu, probably it's Darui, it can launch a devastating attack on a enemy if he don't have a 130 paralyzed resistance. He's a blue unit or a skill type, so it's obvious that he had a very high attack. He's a killer, but unfortunately, he's squishy. Something typical of a... He's that typical skill type shinobi. And as I was making clips for his AM solo, I just noticed that unlike the previous rekits of other skill type shinobi, like for example Itachi Anbu, he can't survive that much against the attacks of meta shinobi. For example, as you can see, Baron mode there in the screen. Final Valley Sasuke. Just as I mentioned, he's a typical blue type. And something which is very problematic about this shinobi. Okay, so we go on now with the negative side of Kakashi Hatake Boy. He had trouble entering final room. I just don't know if you also experienced it, but that's what I experienced. It's hard to, during solo attack mission, to use him as he entered the final room. Usually, the final room defenders can easily strip away his buffs and therefore leaving him dead. At some point, I managed to try other entries. For example, I cast his 4-star jutsu, which activated the follow-up jutsu, so that the air punch of Sakura may push the enemies inside the final room as I enter, but it still failed. I also tried the jutsu and it also failed mostly like what you are seeing now. I use a jutsu entry using his old LB, which as you can see, it did not success. So I think if you want to use him as main, I don't advise him to use in solo. Use him with other comrades, with your supporters. Okay, so as a support, well, he's a good team killer, but low survivability if he is not with his team. Because he's a blue type unit and typically they are squishy and yet very high damage. And well, another positive, his EX ult had a area damage and also the evasion reduction, which is very OP in today's AM. So at some point, I can say that Kakashi Hatake's Rikis are mid. That's the reason why I classified him as mid, because he had negative things, but he's not that very bad. I mean that too much. Although he's a little Sasuke and a mini Anboitachi in defense. As I mentioned before, he's my one of defenders outside the final room. He's in my fly-in room. Before, by the way, I changed his position. He's now with Sakura. With my Sakura. There. Yan. So that's it, buddies. That's the things that I observe as I use Kakashi Hatake Boy. So what do you think? What are your opinions about his Rikit? Kindly share it in the comment section. Don't be shy. Baka hindi ka makatulog niyan, katropa. So yun lang mga katropa. See you. Kita kits!